Hey, hello YouTube. It's been just a few weeks here. It seems like it's been forever, but probably has been forever as far as a video goes. Been doing a lot of stuff. Been doing a show on Whatnot also. That is a selling platform, but I've been doing kind of a talk show where I talk about knives, and then we also do some selling there. Great knife community there. Today we are talking about the 10 knives in my collection that I find to be the smoothest, most well-made knives. And I'm not just talking about materials, I'm talking about functionality. I'm talking about overall flipping, closing, function of like crossbars, buttons, things like that. We're not talking about materials today. There are some high-end materials in here, but you will also notice that there's some not high-end materials in here. And so we are going to discuss that. And we're going to talk about the quality and the engineering and machining of some of these great designs and these great knives. First one we're going to talk about is the QSP Hawk. This particular knife is the only QSP Hawk that I own at the moment. It is, in fact, I do own other QSPs, but this Hawk is the only Hawk. I bought this just because it was a beautiful, beautiful knife. Whoops, bumped my camera. Beautiful, beautiful knife. And there is just a gorgeous makeup on that handle from the copper foil. However, when I got it, I was absolutely blown away with the smoothness of the functionality, the action in it. It doesn't drop shut on you, but it is so absolutely buttery. I mean, that is the best way I can explain it. It just functions like it just functions to perfection. And I was absolutely impressed with how this thing came out of the box and how good it was. I did just snag another foil version of this. Grabbed it off Atlantic Knife, and it is the silver carbon fiber foil with the Damascus blade. Just a gorgeous blade also. And the way this functions, I'm probably gonna see if I can grab one of the budget ones just to carry in my pocket and use as an EDC all the time. I love this knife, and I'm hesitant to carry it just because of its gorgeousness. But yeah, that is number 10 on the top 10, right? Okay, so keep that in mind. That's number 10, the QSP Hawk. I would assume all versions function like that, but this is the one I have, and that's the one we're going to go with. Number 9, this is the Finch Roadrunner with the red jigged handle. Had to change up my lineup. I went through this yesterday on Whatnot, this 10 knife lineup. I got this in the mail today, and I switched it in. This Finch Roadrunner took the place of another knife. And so, yeah, this is in my top 10 now. The Finch Roadrunner, red jigged handle, gorgeous, gorgeous daggery blade. This is my first Finch. It is 154 cm, and great manufacturing, and just super smooth, buttery like the QSP. Is it drop shut? No. Is it so buttery and just everything just falls into place? Like you can hear that frame lock just click in. The detint is great. All of this knife is just the way you would expect it to be. Number 9, the Finch Roadrunner. Okay. Number 8. I've owned 6 different types of these. This is the Real Steel Sacra, S-A-C-R-A. This is the newest version of that Sacra. It is a Battle Box collab with Real Steel. And what we have here is a nice 3-inch blade in a very nice form-fitting package. In my opinion, the Real Steel Sacra is, baby, the absolute best, smoothest crossbar lock functioning knife on the market. It is so actually smooth. It just, you can't, it's hard to see it on here, but you see that? No movement from my, if you get the crossbar right, there's no movement from my hand. It just sucks it back in. This thing, my favorite one that I have is the black one with the gold accents. But I just got this one. I wanted to show it off in the thing. They all function the same. Super good knife, high quality materials, good manufacturing. This is an integral frame here. And so I believe this is titanium actually. So this is a titanium. It is folded and not milled, but it's going to be very strong. Again, we're talking about functionality here anyway. This thing is smooth like butter. It is one of my favorite knives to carry and just fidget and play with because of its action. The first time I grabbed one of these and got it in, I was like, it's like magic. There's some kind of magic in this blade that sucks it in and out. And you get the same feeling here. Love the color scheme on this. Little glow dot and the thumb stud on this collab version. None of the other versions of the Sacra have that. None of the other versions of the Sacra are titanium, but all of great quality. Grab one of these if you can. I highly recommend it. Next one here, we have the Civivi Cachet. Now, I am a huge fan of Civivi, and I wish there were more of these knives in my top 10 lineup, but there's just so many good smooth knives just that function so good. It's hard to place knives to overload it. So I'm being 100% honest here. I wish there were more Civivis in the lineup, but there's not. Does that mean they're not smooth? No, but these are the most smooth functioning knives that I have in my collection, and you will see. This is the Civivi Cachet. It is the green milled micarta with the Damascus blade. Beautiful fuller here. Frame lock embedded in the micarta here. This thing, same kind of thing. Just absolutely, just when it flies open, you just feel it's almost like there's no stopping it. Once the detent gives away, and it gives away pretty easy, it just flies open, and you better watch out. You better make sure there's nothing in the way, because this is pointy. Beautiful knife. Civivi makes excellent knives with excellent quality materials, and you end up with just a fantastic, beautiful blade here. Just the break here, the frame lock, very smooth in coming out, very smooth in going back in. All of the wonderful things that you love when you look for a knife that just feels good and functions good in your hand. This speaks to those things. Next one here. No one is surprised that it took halfway down the top 10 to get to the Kizer, because they are premium top 5 on their functionality. Everybody talks about how smooth Kizer is, and it's no lie. This is a little bit of a custom jobby. This is the Begleiter. It is the copper one. It normally has a nice drop point, rounded blade. I purchased a different blade. I purchased this Begleiter 2 Tonto in 154 cm as a blade replacement from Kizer, and replaced it. Because I dig this Tonto blade, and I wanted this copper knife to be what I wanted it to be. And so I've got this. It is not like anything you've seen before. I don't think they make something like this. Otherwise, I'd have tried to buy one. If they do, I was a fool. But here we are. Copper blade, or I'm sorry, copper handles, solid copper, beautiful tanto blade here. And it just, you saw that, right? This thing, I don't hardly give any gravity to it at all. Get it down here a little bit. Yeah. So very smooth. Like there are no other forces in the world that are preventing this from going down. It is a phenomenon of science, this Kizer one. And the rest of these going forward are very much like that. Highly recommend that Kizer Begleiter. It functioned that same way with the other blade on it, so don't be surprised. Begleiter 2, very much what you would expect. Same thing. This is the one I have in my collection. This, my friends, is not a greatly well-known knife. You can see it's been carried a little bit. I've got some tracks on it there. I just loved having it in my pocket. This particular one is a custom anode job by me. Nice gold backspacer and clip, bronze frame on the thing. I did all that job myself. This is the SixLeaf SL-21 with the beautiful blade on it. This original blade was solid black coated. I took and removed all of that black from there and left this just kind of a almost stone gray on it. Left these accents in here, left the top black, tried to get that in there. Good looking knife. SixLeaf. This thing, frame lock also. This thing, very much the same way. I mean, boom. Very smooth action on this SixLeaf. SixLeaf is an incredible brand. I would highly recommend them. They do not. They are somewhat like Tucson in that they make high quality knives. I think SixLeaf makes a little bit more on the budget side of stuff, but this is one of their titanium frame locks that is super, super good. Next knife. This is, we're down to number 4 here. This is a Mocenary. That is the brand. There it is. MK-09. MK-09. It is a rattlesnake design, CPM 20CV. I've done no modification to this. This is the color this knife came. Gold accent thumb stud bar. Gold, kind of bronzy gold on both of these accents. This thing is another one of those defies scientific explanation for how smooth it is. On bearings, of course. A lot of these, I think all of these are on bearings, actually. I don't think any of these. The bearings just make this great. This thing is one of the, it is in my pocket so much. I just flip it and flick it so much. It has every possible way that you could flip and flick this thing. You can do it. Except for reverse Spidey flick. There's nothing on that side. This does have a thumb stud hole that goes all the way through if you wanted to replace that. I am absolutely certain you could get something in there. A little bit of modification on that. Very, very smooth knife. Mocenary MK-09. This also comes in a titanium version. I just dig this micarta blue one way more. Great. Number 4. Number 3. This is the Kizer Militaw. As if anybody didn't know, very well-known knife. Very beautiful knife. Kizer did a great job with this. Just incredibly good. Lock bar's not hard to actuate. Top flip. You could pull this open. Lots of reverse Spidey flick, front flick. It's all so smooth. They did such a beautiful job on this. Kizer Militaw, Great knife. Definitely recommend adding it to your collection. Also, a very fidgety knife because of all the different finger handling mechanics you can do with it. Down to number 2 here. This, made of all premium materials, titanium, carbon fiber, those kind of things. This is a Sitivien. Sitivien, they are another kind of budget Chinese knife. This is one of their previous premium models. Absolutely mind-blowing action on this. Better than the Kizer Militaw, better than all the rest of these. ST-994 is the model, M390 steel. Gorgeous, nice, sharp tanto cut on this blade. And it doesn't fall as fast as this Begleiter. It's just smoother and more free, if that makes sense. It is a much smoother feel. Like when you flip it open, you can feel the smoothness of everything coming off of this thing. Just fantastic. Highly recommend this as well. Again, this was my collection, what I pulled out, what I have as the best of the best that I have for smooth functionality. This, my friends, easily recognizable. Cjrb Pyrite. You know, I hated to put, and I say this cautiously, I hated to put a knife in here that was such a budget basic knife. This one actually is not a budget basic knife, but it is the, it's either Blade HQ or Knife Center. I can't remember which one, but this is one of the exclusive models, micarta with the titanium bolster. But I have some other Pyrites, and the button lock is not perfect on all of them. They're pretty good. They're smooth. But this thing, I don't know whether it was hand fitted or what, but it is so good. There's no break in the button. It just goes in. It's like it's on air. The bearings are perfect. There's no blade play in it. It's not too loose. I would not tell you that every one of these CJRB Pyrites is this smooth, because I have others that are most definitely not. My new Bowie has some button stick in it that I don't love. This, though, this particular CJRB Pyrite is just phenomenal. Of all the blades I own, it is the most smooth. It is fun to play with because it just kind of flies open all the time. Just don't need the thumb stud. It's just kind of, it's so smooth that it's hard for it. It's not like the Sacra that sucks it back in, because there's no, there's no Omega spring in there pulling that. But fantastic, great knife. Any of these, guys, any of these are high quality blades. You couldn't go wrong with any of them. I would highly recommend them. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining me today on this. And give me a shout out in the comments. Tell me what your best smooth knife is, and we're gonna enjoy hearing from you on that. Maybe there'll be something in there I need to check out, because I don't know nothing. I'm not as well informed as you may think. I know a lot about knives, but love to hear what you're carrying and you think is smooth, and what's in your collection that are the smoothest knives. If you got just one, or you want to give me your top 5, that'd be great. Love to hear you in there. Don't forget to like and share, comment on this. That's what helps me be a better YouTuber. Love to hear your feedback. Thanks again. Check me out. Also, check out Whatnot on whatnot.com, or get the app Whatnot, and check me out on there, CopeWERX on Whatnot. Love to see you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.